think I'll use the honey stick. I need to get my drops. I forgot to turn on chat.
Okay, Fred. Time to find our perfect apartment on Zillow. Don't worry, change will be good. Nice. Hey, this really feels like home. Zillions of apartments, one way home. Zillow Rentals. Summer's here, and with a new Toyota, you can capture all the summer fun. My favorite party trick.
Shut up. Hey guys, it's me, Joshua Pac-Man. Okay, so what I'm gonna be doing for as long as I can, it's gonna be a bit of a grind. Meanwhile, I'm busy with other stuff for the summer. For as often as I can, when I'm at home, I'm gonna try and stream Sonic the Fighters and just play the game. I'm doing it so that way I can catch up to some of the community, because I've noticed the Discord's gotten better. Don't ask me how I can tell, I just can. So yeah, I'm just gonna be doing that. To be honest, I don't know what to expect really. I might end up doing hand cam someday, if I find a way to light my hands. But for now, it is gonna be me, the game, and you guys. yeah, beyond that, yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'll probably also try and talk about other stuff as well. So right now I've just pinged the STF Discord. If anyone's down to play, I'm on the community edition, playing ranked. I think one of these days, if I do get a capture card for my PS4, I'll probably also do that too. One of the problems though is I only have 2 native compatible controllers. So it's gonna be a bit rough for me because one of the controllers I do use is not my usual setup. So yeah, for now, as I'm waiting for any games, which, come on guys, don't leave me hanging, bruh. What I'm gonna be doing in the meantime is actually something I've kind of been meaning to talk about. Is like, I've been looking a little bit into hockey, and man, I know Jed from the VF Discord is gonna be like, nah, but to be honest, it seems to me like fucking A, bro. Hockey is in the shitter right now. Probably the worst part is that NHL doesn't really do much to promote the event globally, and it honestly seems like Canada is slowly gonna lose their advantage when it comes to international hockey. Especially now that hockey's expanding more down south, which, I don't know. I find that weird as a native Texan. Like, let me tell you something. I don't just live in Texas. I live in Houston, Texas. It is the, I think, tied most southern city in Texas. And it's definitely closer to the Gulf of Mexico. So let me tell you. It gets really fucking humid. And when it ever snows, well, you got cases like the 2021 fucking electric grid shutdown, where it basically shot the bed. But other than that, yeah. In other news, I had an ear infection, which means I am temp deaf now. It's getting a little better, but man, I basically gotta clean that bottle cold. Because I don't think this ear infection is gonna go anytime soon. At least at the pace I'm doing, I'll probably have to take one more drop before I go to sleep. Because I did one in the morning, one midday. I think it's like 4 every like 4 hours. Yeah. But honestly, it seems to me like with the sport, because I like baseball and it's a sport I've been really getting into, you know, well, Astros. Heck, I probably became like a super fan of baseball when it comes to the World Baseball Classic, which admittedly, I'm actually, like, it still surprises me how global of a sport baseball is. And probably the best example of that isn't the World Baseball Classic. It'd probably be something like the Asian Baseball Championship or Serie del Caribe, or Caribbean Series. And to be honest, if anyone's watching them, if you're at least in the Americas, watch Caribbean Series. Basically, it's like Champions League, but it takes place with every winter ball league in the Caribbean. Okay, this shit. I'm gonna do a little bit of practice.
At Wendy's, you can get
English muffin and seasoned potatoes for just $3.
with a light and fluffy toasted muffin.
And crispy potatoes, love.
This is my breakfast. Yes, yes it is.
Grab a proper $3 Wendy's breakfast for a limited time.
This is not just a stop for allergy meds. This is a great price of what you need to survive the season.
Quick question.
Backed by an expert.
Okay.
This is value. Right in your neighborhood.
Thanks so much.
Walgreens.
Alright, this is CE. fuck. Get the fuck out of here, my bruh. Get your ass out of here. Hey. I don't have chat on, actually. I don't have a way to see it. I'm currently paying attention to the fucking Discord. If no one is down to play with me, I'll ask the VF Discord if anyone is down to play. Oh. Fuck. Fuck it, I'll ask. You know, one of the biggest problems I realized? I'm very specialized towards Virtua Fighter. And this game is just too fucking weird. Like, if I had to compare it, this game is like the equivalent of, I don't know, I guess like Brawl, or what the fuck? Oh yeah. In the game over screen, Honey doesn't have her hair. I think it's like a fucking modeling or render issue. Yeah, look, she doesn't have her hair. What the hell, boy? God damn, man. I didn't know they cut out your bangs like that. Honestly, one of the biggest issues is this game doesn't have a training mode, which I mainly blame Sega, because the thing is, and this goes for every single game in the Sega Model 2 collection, none of them have a training mode. I guess you can have one if you get the fucking Saturn versions of VF2 and Fighting Vipers 1. Yeah, that doesn't really count much, does it? Oh. To be honest, it's kind of one of the things. I know there's a mod out there. I should get it someday. But I just haven't bothered. And to be honest, that's mainly my fault, but yeah. I just haven't bothered getting the mod, which I probably should, so I can mess around a little bit and kind of at least learn the inside out of the game. Speaking of which, I've been kind of debating. Something I'm probably gonna do is I'm gonna gut one of my arcade sticks and sell it off. Why? Well, it's the Hori 8-trap. I'm probably gonna still keep it around for a while, but if I can't make any short money in the short term for something, yeah, I'm probably gonna consider on selling it. And also because I've been kind of thinking about it, like, do I really like this build out too much? Because I don't really like the lever. Because I'm not sure if I like the lever, I probably should say. Not to mention, the A-Trap, I find, is a bit of a dated case in not a good way. I find it... Okay, well, let me start out with... The A-Trap is my largest arcade stick to date. And it's funny, because... Arguably, the arcade stick that is literally heavier than it, my Itoki Ame, which is literally two big-ass pieces of steel, like, screwed on together, is actually smaller than my A-Trap. And then there's my custom arcade stick, which, even though it's built out of wood, is also smaller than my A-Trap. And my PX and X9, which has too much sentimental value. And even then, it can still fit in my backpack. It's, I'm kind of questioning on whether I should sell my stick or not. Because the thing is, I really like the art, and if I don't like the lever, what I might consider doing is keep it as is and put in another Korean lever. Which, now that I think about it, is like such a fucking bruh moment. Because I probably wouldn't even try all that much to like really salvage it. I just take out the Seimitsu billet top and get in a slightly customized, like what, Alpha IST 47C or 49S? Whichever one. But to be honest, just the thought of that happening is fucking hilarious to me, but yeah. Oh shit, is this Space Tona Jam? What the fuck? Already in this part of the playlist? Damn, bro! Hey, yo, but it's dope though. Run. Honestly, I showed it to a friend who like knew nothing of Daytona at all, and he was like, yo, this is like some Eurobeat type shit. Honestly, that's kind of the thing that makes me like this track so much. It's basically something you hear like out of like a random ass Eastern European club, like I don't know, some fucking random ass club in like 1998 Poland. where they managed to rip the fucking sound files off of a Sega Saturn on like an old ass fucking PC. And like Space Jam was a big thing there, and they're like, alright, let's just jam the two. Why not, man? Why not? Hey, this might make good song. I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing at that point. Speaking of which, what was up with my conversation on hockey? I'm gonna be honest. I honestly think the sport where it's heading low-key fucking sucks. Because, and here's the thing, I like baseball, but one of the problems with baseball is equipment can be kind of expensive. Because unlike basketball, where you can take any set of shoes and a literal fucking basketball, go to the nearest park, and there you go, you ball it. And same thing with soccer. If your park has like a big enough soccer field with like 2 goals that are just made out of metal, heck, you could just like get like some fucking generic ass net from like, I don't know, some random ass like shipping harbor or some shit like that, where like people fish, and you can just grab like a loose net, get as many as you can, fucking tie them together, and there you go. You got like the jankiest goalie ever, although it's not that janky. But even then, like, all you need is like the fucking net for a goalie or for a soccer goal, and that's all you need. Like, at most, what you're gonna need is some fucking cleats. Which, like, in baseball, if you're gonna be a batter, you're gonna need a baseball bat, a fucking glove. If you're playing outfield and not DH, a helmet in case a ball hits you, maybe even some extra protection, although that's kind of a given. Really depends. Pick your poison, I say. And then you're gonna need some fucking cleats. And easily, a bat, the helmet, and the cleats are already gonna, like, they're already pretty pricey on their own. And if you're gonna be like a fucking, and oh yeah, and you're gonna need like a fucking glove that fits you. One thing I will say though is that I get the feeling like with baseball, if you're crafty enough and you're willing to get equipment used, and to be honest, I think this just applies to any sport. Like, don't be too fucking pussy chicken shit on getting shit old or used. Especially something like a metal bat. Like, it's a fucking metal bat, bro. Yeah. Metal bats ain't gonna go outdated anytime soon, bro. What, is the metal fucking gonna be nicer? Who knows? The only ones I see happening are cleats, which that's going to happen occasionally anyways. Because if you like, I don't know, put a kid in T-ball, well, naturally they're gonna grow out of it once they go into Little League, and then middle school, and then high school, and beyond. And then there's gloves, which is same thing. Although there are cases of it where if you get like a really shit glove, it's gonna break on you. But I don't know. I think if you're clever enough on Amazon, you can find like good cheap gloves. And the only one where I probably wouldn't splurge, or the only one where I would splurge, is the helmet, because you know safety is important. And shit, no matter what, you're gonna need a fuck ton of balls. Those things. Whoo! I saw like a fucking local game. I think it was like a bunch of high school about my age. And man, they fucking hit some dingers, bro. But where was that? Like, the thing too is, man, why the fuck is no one? Dude, I tagged 2 fucking servers. How come no one is playing, bro? I need a capture card, bro. So I can play on PS Quadruple, man. I need that PS Quadruple. But anyways, what was I? Yeah, it's like, the thing is, like, with hockey, shit, man. Whatever prices you paying for baseball, and the thing is, like, I'm saying, like, if you're, like, gonna be at least crafty about it. Which, like, honestly, if you're crafty enough at Walmart, you can get something for, like, easily below 500. Or if you're, like, willing to actually go in the trenches of Facebook Marketplace and Goodwill, I'm pretty sure you can get shit for even less. And to be honest, for shit like that, if you get one that's, like, you know, decent condition, is in 2 years, it's probably gonna be some random ass fucking grandpa selling it for, like, $12. Like, the only time I wouldn't say that's a problem is if, like, you're in fucking college in which they're using, like, special, like, deadened metal bats, where they kind of are, like, if I had to describe it, they're kind of like fake wood bats. But you know what, by the time you're playing at that level, like, shit, they're probably going to be, like, supplying a little bit of your equipment, which is fine. But yeah. Honestly, the problem with both sports is that both have been getting, like, really fucking expensive. And viewership and is going down. Although with baseball, like, I doubt attendance is going to take that much of a hit because, like, I went to a baseball game, or I went to an Astros game on Tuesday. Man, that game was fucking hype, bro. There was so many home runs. But, like, also, like, depending on, like, where you're getting your tickets from, if you're smart about it, you can get, like, good seats for not even that much money. Like, I managed to get, like, 3 tickets for, like, $45. Sure, I was on the upper deck, and my parents had to, like, walk a crap ton. But to be honest, like, shit, it's not even that bad. And to be honest, I don't even think, like, and then with hockey, thing too with hockey is that it's just really fucking, like, pricey. I've seen some of the shit. And sure, you could be craftier about some of your equipment, which is fine. But, like, especially if you're, like, a goalie. Or no, just in general, hockey, you have way more protection gear. Which, like, I could say the same thing about football, American football, I mean. But the thing is, be it in Canada, Mexico, I'm actually surprised they have, like, an American football league in Mexico. Or here in the good old US of A. We're fucking crazy about that shit. We really fucking are. And to be honest, like, I guarantee there's gonna be enough fucking state subsidies and budgets going all into the fucking football team. Well, I doubt that's gonna be an issue anytime soon. If anything, the bigger issue is gonna be fucking injuries, because when you're like a fucking middle schooler or high schooler playing football, you're getting your fucking head dinged into a bunch of shit like that. So naturally, the NFL is just trying to get, like, flag football to be more popular, which, you know what? Fair enough. Yeah, I get it. I can see why flag football would be promoted. Like, first of all, less concussions. But yeah, I can see why there's, like, some appeal for, like, flag football. And I've seen that, and it's actually pretty cool. I think, like, at a certain point, if they keep it where, like, kids and middle schoolers play flag football, and then by the time you're in high school, you can play, like, the big boy shit, then you know what? Hey, that's fair. That's cool. It's cool. But meanwhile, with hockey and baseball shit, probably the good thing is, and what I'm learning is that even though my brother and sister-in-law do have to pay, I'd imagine it's nowhere near as much as, I don't know, like, fucking regular travel ball. Because it's basically like this, like, RBI Juniors program that's sponsored by, like, I want to say the Astros. I'm not too sure how it exactly works. I might have to ask him. But I do know that in places like, I think, I forgot where, but somewhere in the West Coast, they're basically having, like, these baseball academies that are, like, if they're not free of charge, at least at a massively reduced cost, to promote the game amongst the United States, which is great, honestly. But another thing too is, when it comes to, like, something like hockey, I learned that there was, like, the World Cup of Hockey, which I'm not gonna call it. I'm just gonna call it the Hockey World Cup. And also, like, hockey at the Olympics. And something I learned is, like, man, NHL is bitch made, bro. They some pussies. The problem with it is that, and here's the thing. I watched the World Baseball Classic, specifically the United States versus Great Britain game. I think it was Canada versus Great Britain game. Venezuela versus United States. Mexico versus Japan, and then the finals, USA versus Japan. I've watched a majority, or like a decent chunk of the WBC, and I've kept up with the whole thing. And let me tell you something. Nothing like the World Baseball Classic will do a better job at promoting baseball internationally. And let me tell you, it's already fucking killing it in the United States. It basically, like, doubled the entire history of the WBC's popularity in the States. And I thought MLB is gonna want to bother stopping, though, because, like, they're already making bank from the viewership and attendance in Japan and just East Asia in general, although it's like more or less Japan and Taiwan during the times they do it in Taiwan. I know there was like one time they did it in Korea, but I'm gonna Korean baseball, fucking A. That's a different story, but where was I? Like, and to be honest, the 2023 World Baseball Classic was basically the best advertisement for people to play the sport of baseball internationally. And I wouldn't be surprised if it actually, like, and the thing is, something I think MLB should do at least is, like, at least promote events like the Caribbean Series. Because the Caribbean Series, for people who don't know, if you know Champions League, it's something similar. So in the Caribbean, there's a bunch of Winter League baseball. So if there's like MLB off season, a lot of the players play in Winter League ball. You get the occasional like active MLB player, but like besides Ronald Acuna Jr., like rarely anyone who is like a top level pro plays in winter ball. Mainly because their teams would be like, no, don't do that, no. But what these winter leagues really are good at is actually being like an outlet for players outside of the minor league system to either get into pro ball in the minors or get drafted into the majors. So there's like similar situation with like the Mexican Summer League, but that's like the only other exception that's in the Americas. I know there's Pumas, but that doesn't really count. It's basically the equivalent of like a minor league for Nicaragua. Besides that, there's the Cuban National Series, but let's be fucking honest. Who's going to count Cuba in? Like, they do barely fucking anything, man. Okay, I'm only kidding a little bit, but like, I mean, I guess there's the Cuban National Series, especially since they're replacing the National Series of the Cuban Elite League. But, like, when the fuck is an MLB player gonna get drafted from the Cuban National Series? Motherfucker, they gotta go through like 12 steps of getting smuggled outside of their home country. Because if you're not playing in NPB from Cuba, then chances are you're going to be playing in a winter league or in Mexico, summer league. So that way you can have like an in through the majors. Or like, fuck man, there's like dozens of ways you can do it. But anyways. I think like all of the people, when it comes to the Caribbean Series, it's like an event where it's a pretty big deal in the Caribbean, since it's basically like a Champions League with the Winter League. So like Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, Venezuela, the Mexican Pacific League. What else? Nicaragua, Curacao, Colombia, Cuba. Shit. Panama. You can't forget Panama. They're like that. I don't know why, but Panama's basically that one country where it's like, who invited blood, bro? Who invited them, man? How the fuck did they get in here? Like, that's basically Panama. And not even gonna lie, during the 2024 Caribbean Series, man, could they kick ass? Loki really wanted them to win it all, but oh well. Congrats on this, Layla. But anyways, where was I? Like, and the thing is, then you have, because, okay, and here's the thing. Like, all this talk of, like, fucking World Baseball Classic. Where am I getting? The thing is, and it's gonna be highly contested. Which, largely, I am not surprised it's gonna be the case. It's, like, I get it. Some people want the WBC to take place after postseason for a majority of leagues. Some people think it's best left as it is. I'm in the latter. I don't think it should be left in after or like in November. Here's the thing. After postseason, like early November, most players are going to want to go fucking home and like actually go home, chill with their families, do nothing. Well, not completely, but like, you know, relax, take a vacation, something like that. I'm mentioning that primarily because I don't think there's much of a reason for most of these people to play in the, well, I do think there would be legitimate prestige in the WBC. But honestly, I think at a certain point, it's like not that worth it. I'm pretty sure there's plenty of players who would actually start bitching and moaning about like, oh, it's after the fucking World Series. Oh, get the fuck out of here, bro. Not to mention, and here's the thing. This is something that I think people tend to look over. For a lot of countries in the Caribbean and in South and Central America, which admittedly it's not many, but there's like two I can tell you off the top of my head. Nicaragua and Colombia, they play in the winter. And this also applies to Australia and the Australian Baseball League. Now, I do know there are plenty of MLB players who do play in the ABL. But a majority of them, of ABL players, if they're not minor leaguers, then they're just domestic. Or they play in like 4 leagues and then return back to Australia. What about countries like Colombia, Nicaragua, and Australia? Fuck, man. I'm supposed to be comparing the WBC to, like, fucking the Hockey World Cup. Anyways. Yeah, where the fuck am I getting on with this slight tangent? Anyways, back where was I? Honestly, it's like, man, what about those fucking leagues? I'm pretty sure MLB doesn't want to catch that much heat from either of the 2 leagues. Although I could easily be like, yeah, you know what, I'll go play in the fucking WBC. But to be honest, I think how it is, I think it's fine. There's a really good video by this channel, Baseball International, about whether the WBC should be in March or in a different point in time. The ideal time would be summer, but then again, we would also have MLB players play for the Olympics. So, yeah. But to be honest, back to hockey, with like the whole side tangent of the WBC and fucking Serie del Caribe, you have hockey, which you have the junior hockey, or the World Junior Hockey Tournament. I think it's the Junior World Hockey Tournament. How the fuck does it go? And you also have the many leagues or the many junior leagues in hockey. And then you have the National Hockey League, NHL. Honestly, one of the big issues, besides like hockey being incredibly expensive, because, and I've seen some of the prices, I'm pretty sure you could go on Amazon right now and you could see like skates go into the 300 to 500 range. and hockey sticks going for pretty comical prices, admittedly. Which actually has like a weird knock-on effect where like if your kid's gonna play hockey, they ain't playing no fucking bitch-ass goalie, bro. The fuck they gonna do? Just sit around by the goddamn little-ass tiny net? And, like, with the fact is, being a goalie, you're going to pay more for equipment. Like, you got those fucking weird-ass shin pads that effectively block shots. Yeah, that's a bit on the sketchy side. Well, I wouldn't say sketchy side, but it's definitely expensive. And not to mention, you basically don't have that many readily available ways to play hockey. And not to mention, the culture surrounding it is kind of funky. Not even gonna lie. I haven't done much looking, but honestly, the thing that's most telling is how stagnant hockey has admittedly gotten. Which I could say the same thing for baseball, but I get the feeling like with players like Fernando Tatis Jr., fucking Shohei Ohtani, who else? Manny Machado, Aaron Judge, Juan Soto, Mike Trout, Jose Altuve, Kyle Tucker, Chad McCormick. Like, there's a bunch of... Oh, Ellie De La Cruz and fucking Ronald Acuna Jr. Bro, not gonna lie, Ellie De La Cruz is probably my favorite player right now, dude. He is so fun to watch. He's fucking insane, bro. But where was I? The thing is, in hockey, man, you got a bunch of fucking cookie cutters, bro. Like, the literal equivalent to milk toast. And this is kind of the thing. Like, you got... Like, if I were to use modern NASCAR as an example, you do have plenty of interesting characters, but, like, I mean, who would people, like, give a fuck, man? Someone who is unapologetically a villain in the sport, or the literal definition of milquetoast? I don't know about you, but if that villain is charismatic enough, and is like, so what, bro? I play fucking dirty, how about you get good, bro? Fuck you. Like, if they're own up to it and, like, act real cool about it, hey, you know what? I'm fucking down with that. But if they're the equivalent of milquetoast bread, ain't no one gonna fuck around with you. Unless you're, like, the person next to you is Joey Logano. Jesus. But to be honest, that's kind of one of the things about, like, modern day hockey. A lot of the younger people, they just don't give a fuck. Like, if you were to ask anyone in my generation, there's a good chance that they're probably just not that regular fans. Why? Probably because the fucking sport got no personality. And it's, like, so stuck into this, like, tradition that, admittedly, and I'm gonna be honest, I actually find it kind of irrelevant. And before anyone goes on about, like, well, baseball is the most traditional fucking sport around, no. You aren't wrong about that. It is true that baseball is, like, probably more traditional than your average Christian conservative dad in the American South. But that's not completely the case. Especially when you got players like Ellie De La Cruz, Ronald Acuna Jr., and Jazz Chisholm. And let me tell you, all of those three players, they are unapologetically themselves, and they just love having fun with the game. They just have fun, man. Like, they're bombastic, but so what? They're fucking good. And they look like they're having the time of their lives while being good. And that's kind of the thing. In modern day baseball, probably the good thing is that most of these traditions are slowly but surely, like, being changed. And to be honest, probably no other case is best example than the 2023 Orioles. Let me tell you. Cincinnati and the Orioles, those teams, once they got the young guys, they fucking kaboomed in popularity, bro. Like, man, people were like, hey, yo, this guy's fucking dope. And then you have people like Ellie De La Cruz and Shohei Ohtani, who are either like the definition of like marshmallows and sugar, Shohei, or like just a guy having fun like Jazz Chisholm. Like, it's a bunch of personalities that a lot of people really fuck with. And dude, you don't even need to look that far, because you have that in literally the entire NFL and NBA. And then you got fucking NHL, where everyone is milquetoast as shit, barely given any ability to even show a hint of personality. And not to mention, and here's the thing, especially in Canada, ain't no fucking team, like, no team is doing good, bro. No team is good. And what I mean by no team, I mean no Canadian team. Tell me when the Albertan Avalanches are gonna win. No, actually better yet, tell me when the fucking Maple Leafs are going to win. I guarantee you, I bet my fucking left testicle, they ain't winning shit for the next 20 years. Watch that age terribly. I know, if Jed is watching this, he's going to want me to fucking cut out my left testicle. But like, on a serious note, like, Canadian teams in NHL fucking suck, bro. Like, they are not good. And like, granted, that does kind of go for Canadian teams in general. They just naturally suck ass. Fight me, Jed. But like, that's kind of the thing. The literal national sport of Canada, and they suck ass at it, bro. And the thing is, a majority of like fucking Canadian teams aren't even doing that well. And a lot of NHL players are no longer Canadian. Like, a good half of them roughly are starting to come from the Americas, or from the United States. And admittedly, they're coming from the fucking American South. Why the fucking American South? Anyways, like, they're coming from some of the goofiest areas around, but hey, it's better than actually nothing. That's kind of how I view it. And man, no one is actually fucking playing. But that's kind of how I view it. To be honest, one of the biggest issues when it comes to NHL is also the reluctance to allow any players participate in something like the Hockey World Cup or the Winter Olympics when hockey's in. Man, are they pussies. Let me tell you something. For as imperfect as the WBC being in March is, and for as much as MLB will bitch and moan about having their players play in the Olympics, they give a shit about the World Baseball Classic. They actually do. They legitimately do. And that's a good thing. That's great. Bro, they'll probably give a shit about it even more. And let me tell you something. The greatest thing has happened to me. The WBC is in Houston. I'm going to definitely watch that to root for Team USA. Meanwhile, you got the World Cup of Hockey, which arguably is probably one of the few chances where the national team of the national team of Canada in hockey could do well. And they ain't doing shit. They're not doing anything in the Olympics. They're not doing anything in the World Cup of Hockey. Like, the fuck you mean you doing absolutely nothing? Dog, why? Why not? And that's kind of the thing that's like pretty saddening. The sport itself is just being held back by what is the literal equivalent of bureaucratical mismanagement. Which sucks because, like, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are down for hockey, and I guarantee a lot of people in the States who love hockey, they're like, hey, yo, let's go hockey, yo. And like, hell, I'm surprised it's even popular in the fucking South. I will always look at you goofy if you're from the South and play hockey, but you know what? Hey, you do you. I respect your decision. But like, it sucks because besides like other issues in like the culture of hockey, which I won't speak upon, the fact that they're not really doing anything to really appeal to the younger generations actually sucks a lot. And that's kind of the thing. Because, especially with how global hockey is, it's a relatively niche sport that realistically is pretty specific to Canada. But not only that, like, I honestly think it could do a better job at being more popular. And probably the worst thing is, I think the biggest sign that NHL could possibly like fucking fall off and die is MLS. Who the fuck is dog? Where was that? Where was I? The thing is, like, hockey itself is a pretty niche sport, and not to mention, it's currently, like, I'd say the biggest competition with the NHL is MLS. Like, MLS is vying for that throne. And for as stupid and unnecessary as some of the shit they're doing, and I'm gonna be honest, probably the biggest nuisance is how they're basically completely saying fuck you to the US Open Soccer Tournament, which, like, it's a pretty prestigious event on its own because you got amateur players, semi-pros, and also competitive, like, alternate professional leagues playing in the US Open. And MLS teams, like pro MLS teams, they're going like, nah, fuck that shit. Which, like, that's fucked up, bro. I'm gonna be honest, that's like really fucked up. But beyond that, MLS, I do think it's gonna need to do a lot of change. And to be honest, I think the biggest change that's necessary is, like, relax on the player spending. And I don't mean like that teams are spending too much, because let's be honest, MLS is cheap as shit. No, what I think should be necessary is that MLS should have more, I guess, spending be allowed. There needs to be like more star players. Like, teams shouldn't like not be allowed to spend big on soccer players. Now, admittedly, there are some massive caveats to this. One, the league did legitimately have a fear of bankruptcy, and to be honest, it's not the first time the top league of American soccer fucking like died, like shit the bed, like that much. But I do see a legitimate, at least, reason as to why something like MLS is a little bit more frisky on it. But one thing is sure, once they start being so, I guess, guarded and stop being led by stupid bureaucracy from dumbasses who are probably mentally challenged, I do think MLS has a decent shot at overtaking NHL, which, who knows? I'm pretty sure there's probably some big hockey fan in Canada who's going to be sleeping with night terrors right now. But yeah, I do think there's a likely chance for that happening. To be honest, I think probably some of the biggest things that NHL needs to do is, one, encourage events like the Hockey World Cup, and two, not be bitches when the Winter Olympics comes on. Allow their players play in the Winter Olympics, or better yet, encourage events like the Hockey World Cup. And also, try a little more at encouraging younger people to watch hockey. But how I see it, it's going to take a while for NHL to really, really try their best at trying to like mitigate all of the basically what is years of mismanagement. It sucks, but what are you gonna do? Which, honestly, back to the topic of baseball. World Baseball Classic. I don't know if people heard me. The World Baseball Classic. It's gonna be held officially in San Juan, Puerto Rico, Tokyo, Nippon, Houston, Texas, and Miami, Florida. What are my thoughts on the venues? Obviously, I'm profiting, bro. I can already guarantee that Houston, Texas is basically going to be the pool for USA and maybe even Mexico. No, it's for sure the USA-Mexico pool. Who knows where Canada's going to be? I wouldn't be surprised if they're also going to be in Houston, Texas. But I could easily bet that there's a good chance it could be in, like, I don't know, Miami. I doubt it, but hey, never say never. But honestly, my biggest problems with the venues. Now, I'll get to Puerto Rico first. My problem with the Puerto Rican venue is that it's fucking tiny. It only has an 18,000 capacity. Now, largely, this is more a problem with Puerto Rico not building anything beyond, well, honestly, what is on average below 20,000. And, which, fair enough. I won't be too hard on them. And I could probably easily Google a like venue that is easily within the 30 to 40,000 range, which is admittedly one of the big things I love about Houston. Minute Maid Park is 41,000. That is amazing. And to be honest, I don't care what teams we carry. It's gonna be so sick seeing Team USA play here in Houston. I fucking love that. And to be honest, I think bringing back the event to Puerto Rico, I think it would have been nice to see it be brought back to the Dominican Republic. I think. Wait, did they ever do it in the DR? Honestly, I don't think it matters, because I honestly think it would have been great if they brought the event to the DR. But I don't think they'll do that until the Dominican Republic gets like their 30,000 capacity stadium. Which I actually completely understand. Which kind of gets to the next venue. Miami, Florida. Fucking finally, bro. This whole time. I just been yapping, bro. This whole fucking time, I've been yapping. Dog, it's about time I get some playtime. I'm just kind of happy I managed to get some playtime in general. Oh, fuck. I tried doing, I think it's like PK. This guy is not that great. I know I'm like getting my ass handed right now, but I know when someone's like a bit of a noob. What the fuck? Why'd the music cut off? That's right, I had on like basically autopilot. That's kind of the thing. When it comes to my biggest complaints is they brought the event back to Miami and Tokyo Dome, which is fucking annoying, bro. Like, why? This is the thing that annoys me the most. Why bring it back to Miami? I don't get it. There is, like, plenty of other venues you could do it. Now, my guess is part of the reason why they're doing it is to have, like, 2 separate venues. One that is more Eastern, or at least closer to East Asia. But then I don't completely buy that. Because last year, it basically went like, when whoever played in Taiwan went to Tokyo Dome, and then they went to Miami.
This is the new school.
Is that your new Nissan Rogue?
Yeah, crazy story. So this morning I'm at the Nissan Thrill of Summer sales event, taking a test drive. When Dave, the sales guy, is like, "You're gonna love this." He showed me the best-in-class fuel economy and what you know it's
Fuck.
recommended by Consumer Reports. When Dave says these cars are going fast, I knew I had to have.
I need to really get back into the groove.
Nissan offers 6 vehicles starting under $30,000 or get 0% financing for 36 months on your Platinum.
Oh shit. I think we might have DC'd. Yeah. It honestly frustrates me because I honestly don't think the venue should be held at Miami again. Or if it's going to be held, I think like at least hold it somewhere else. I don't know. To me, it doesn't seem that crazy to like hold the venue somewhere else. I find it frustrating because I honestly, like, I'm gonna be honest. I do think that all this love that Lone Depot Park is getting is very much deserved. Like, I do think a lot of the love that Lone Depot Park is getting is very much well deserved. But really, fucking Miami again? Why? That's the thing that honestly like really annoys me. It doesn't have to be in Miami again. Although I do understand why they're doing it in Miami. And at least the caveat is that championship game is still gonna be in Miami, but semifinals is gonna be split between Houston and Miami. But for as much as I have issues with Miami, at least it's not the fucking Tokyo Dome. I am sick and tired of them using the goddamn Tokyo Dome. And by the way, it's been the de facto venue for 6 different iterations of the World Baseball Classic. I'm not kidding! Dog, get that old ass Giant Stadium fucking out of here, bro. My problem isn't even like the age of like Tokyo Dome or anything. Like Tokyo Dome is fine, and to be honest, I can't wait for the final to happen of the Premier 12. Which is like gonna be like a pretty good, like I guess, teaser of the World Baseball Classic. But it annoys the crap out of me because the thing is, Japan has like 12 other goddamn stadiums that are MLB quality. The fuck you mean it's only gonna be at Tokyo Dome for 6 times? That's the most annoying part. Why Tokyo Dome only? Like, and like, okay, I have plenty of like examples. Like, there's the stadiums for teams like the Lotte Marines, the Yokohama Bay Stars, the fucking Hanshin Tigers, bro. the fucking Escon Field for the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters. I actually don't like that stadium. Well, no, let me rephrase that. I think the stadium is good. I think it's a good stadium. The problem with it is I don't think Hokkaido is a good place to host WBC. And this is kind of where I would apply the same logic to why hosting the WBC in a place like fucking New York City at Yankee Stadium is a bit of a iffy idea. I don't know. I don't seem to work all that great. Fuck. I'm definitely rusty at this game. I'm just bad.
I find all the spring savings at Ross. It's kind of my thing.
Oh, looks like I saved on this. You've seen her. She never misses a deal. She saved.
Get 20 to 60% off department store prices at Ross. Yes for less.
Fuck. I really need to learn this game. Where was I? Admittedly, having it at Tokyo Dome, I think it's a bit unfair. Especially when you have literally so many other stadiums, especially dome stadiums, knowing that it's going to be held in Japan, that you could easily host the Japanese pool, the Japan pool, for the WBC. And for as many issues as there are or the fact that I don't think the stadium at San Juan is that ideal, hey, at least it's something different, bro. Like, come on, man. Fuck. I really need to play this game more. I remember I used to play it a lot, but I took like roughly a 2-month hiatus. And in 2 months, a community can really get good. Honestly, I've been taking a hiatus from like a lot of games. Or from Virtua Fighter and Sonic the Fighters. But Sonic the Fighters was my more extended one. part of the reason why I took such an extended hiatus was due to two reasons. Texas Showdown and school. The main reason though was Texas Showdown. I was actually going to be practicing to play in the Virtua Fighter tournament at Texas Showdown. So that's kind of one of the many things that I was practicing for, which admittedly, I do kind of wish I still like played the game occasionally to stay sharp. But I've gotten a lot of rust and I really need to kind of shake that off, which is why I'm doing these marathons. There we go. Fuck, I gotta stick to what I'm doing. I tried going in for a grab and I botched it. And now I have no shield in early game, which is bad. Fuck, I'm at a huge disadvantage. Fuck! What I'm probably gonna do though is for ranked, I'm probably just gonna chill in ranked, and that's what I'm probably gonna do for the marathons. Just kind of hope someone wanders in. I'm gonna be playing on the CE edition since I'm main honey, so. Damn! I wish this game had a fucking replay. I'm gonna need to archive this stream. Man, my win percentage is probably gonna go up because, man. I might end up hosting a proper Season Cup 3. Since Season Cup 3 is gonna be in June. Since I did one in I did one in April, June. All right, yeah. Season Cup 3 in June. I'm gonna try my best to really promote it. I won't be participating in Season Cup though, and I'm gonna have to like really write it out. I'm going to have a certain limit. Now, I don't mean that there's gonna be limited capacity on the tournaments. As many people can join as they want. But for when I'm streaming the tournament, I'm gonna have to like limit the amount of entries that are gonna be on stream. So any big name players for Season Cup, what I'm probably gonna do is if there's a certain number of big namers, I'm just gonna stream them specifically. Man, my play is wonky. So yeah, I don't know exactly, and I'm probably going to decide that limit probably the day before, where I'm gonna do a lot of the seeding, or at least pre-seeding, and then do second to last seeding. Man, I've gotten rusty. Also, I like how like Sonic fucking clips through the floor. He just disappears. Oh, that is clever. Nah, you were right behind me. Or no, I was right behind you, I mean. Can't do that. I'm cleaning up a little bit of my play. I'm adapting more of my Virtua Fighter-ness to this. And how I'm playing is just nowhere near as finessed. Or there's nowhere near as much finesse in my play. Sucks. My ear infection is still sticking around like a fucking stubborn cockroach. Still got more points. Also more games. Rest in peace, bro. Oh, fucking A. Let me playlist. Fuck. I was kind of occupied with my music. You know what yeah. One of my big issues, I don't go for enough grabs. I need to go for more grabs. Honestly, I don't like how kind of difficult grabs are in this game. I'm more used to the, I guess... I'm more accustomed to the much more realistic proportions of Virtua Fighter. So, the more cartoonishness of Sonic the Fighters and how the grabs work, it keeps fucking me up. Because I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Man, brain rot of this day. That was a risk because I knew if it hit me, I would have been done for. What? Fuck, I thought I went for the grab first. Oh. That was weird. The game was speeding up. Yeah, Honey has like the best sidestep in this game, so. Fucking A, man. He keeps doing that move. I guess I keep getting 4 points. Guess it depends on who wins. Fuck, when did I start streaming? Fuck. fuck. That's right. I got no barrier. Probably my biggest weakness in trying to get as good as I can in Sonic the Fighters is that I play the game like a Virtua Fighter game. Or I play it like a traditional Sega 3D fighter. Which, if I had to describe what's like a traditional Sega 3D fighter, DOA, Virtua Fighter, Fighting Vipers, Fighting Vipers, yeah, those kinds of games. Which, especially in a game like Virtua Fighter and Fighting Vipers, blocking is busted. Like, blocking is good. It'll always be good, but like, especially in 5, it's like really good. So, but yeah, so barrier is kind of limiting on how I play, because I tend to keep burning through it, especially when this Bomber guy and his Sonic, how he plays, it burns through. Oh, okay. It burns through a lot of my barriers. Yeah. What else? Gonna be honest though. When it comes to the World Baseball Classic, what I'm really excited about are the qualifiers. And also the Premier 12, but I consider the Premier 12 something separate, so I think I'll get into the qualifiers first, and then the Premier 12. So I'll turn this into a temp. I guess just chatting. Let me close this. I've been on this for fucking long ass time. Jesus Christ. I don't know how long I've been playing this. The JPack grind. Yeah, boy. I'll be on that grind. I'm gonna end stream very shortly. So. But for now, I might do another one tomorrow. Probably at a time that is more convenient for people to play. So that way I can keep the grind up. You know, I gotta keep up, man. But, yeah. I'm gonna do quick and dirty display capture. So, yeah. Don't mind this. This is a really good album. Tomorrow's People, Open Soul. This is really good. You've been listening to, like, the B-side, Open Soul. So good. This song is really good. This one is actually pretty good. This is my second favorite, Hurt Perversion. Yeah, listen to this album. It's on Apple Music, Spotify, so you don't got any excuses. Dude, I fucking love this so much. This album is so good. I also got a bunch of secret tracks, so try and find them if you can. But yeah, I think I'll just turn this into a quick little like just chatting thing. So, heck, who the fuck is watching the stream, anyways? So I think for the Premier 12. So if anyone's curious, the Premier 12 is a tournament between these countries, and if I recall. I think the pools go. Yep. Fuck, where is it? Schedule, teams, and rosters. Alright, here we go. So, for the Premier 12, I'm gonna just turn this into a little like just chatting. I'm gonna end stream soon anyway, so if you're not gonna be here for Sonic the Fighters, hop off. I won't be offended. This is honestly something more personal to me. For the Premier 12, you got these two pools. So obviously, because Cuba, the Cuban government does not like USA, boo-hoo for communism. So in Group B, you got the Dominican Republic, Japan, Korea, Taiwan. It is a country. Aussie land, or Australia, Cuba, and DR, or Dominican Republic. In Group A, it's gonna be Mexico, Netherlands, Panama, Puerto Rico, Estados Unidos, and Venezuela. I'm gonna be honest. Out of all these fucking countries, who the fuck invited Pan? Who the fuck invited Panama? Not even gonna lie, Panama is like the one country where like a lot of people, I wouldn't be surprised, tend to overlook. Yet once people start looking at them, they start realizing like, damn, they got hands. So yeah, honestly, I think this is a pretty good balance of pools. It's predominantly America centric. Like legitimately, if they really wanted to, they could have just had the Netherlands in Group B and had the Dominican Republic, and this just would have been like the all America / Caribbean pool. But I do kind of get needing to at least mix it a little bit. There's like two general themes anyways. This is like Group B is the Asia pool, while Group A is the Americas pool. Oh, what the fuck? Anyone playing a PC? Ah, shit. Well, I did say this was going to be a marathon. Alright. So, I'm gonna still keep doing this. But anyways. I think... Schedule. Fuck. Taipei City. That's Taipei, though. Nagoya, Japan. Taipei and Guadalajara, Mexico. Fucking. Where the fuck stadiums are they? They haven't released a damn thing about fucking stadiums. Event info. Alright, here we go. So. Yes. I don't know anything about these Mexican stadiums. Estadio Panamericano and Santo Teresa Stadium. I do not know about any of those, but we can do quick Google searches. I got a spare Google tab. Ignore my message tabs. Alright, so... Hijo de puta madre, pinche. Okay, I can't get too mad at it. So it's pretty typical for the Premier 12 to take place relatively within East Asia. Of course, they're obviously going to have the tournament somewhere in the Americas. But I think it's like very typical for them to do it in Mexico. And it makes a lot more sense, especially when the fact that I think the Premier 12 takes place in December. So part of the logic is that having it in Mexico, it's going to be a little bit more moderate of a climate, so I think it's fair. In Tokyo Dome, they've always done it in Tokyo Dome, so I think it's kind of fair. Like in WBC, it ends in the States, while in Premier 12, it ends in Japan. So that's always been the pattern. You can check the grand finals for the 2015 edition of the Premier 12 and the 2019 edition. Both end in Tokyo Dome. I think the 2015 edition, though, Korea won. Meanwhile, 2019, Japan won. And then you have probably my favorite stadium that I think a lot of people who are into international baseball will really be introduced to, Taipei Dome. Let me tell you about Taipei Dome. This is Taipei Dome. Actually, I'm gonna go to Google Images. Yeah, bitch! Taipei Dome. Alright, this is a better image. This is honestly my second favorite stadium, and probably my favorite stadium in all of Asia. This is just a really nice stadium. Now, granted, it is a dome, so especially when it comes to baseball aficionados, it's not typically preferred, which is fair. You're allowed to not like domes, but this is honestly one of my favorite sets of dome stadiums. This is probably my favorite dome stadium in general. Beyond that, though, what I'll probably do, or, what the fuck am I talking about? Beyond that, though, let's look at the other stadiums. So, I already know what Tokyo Dome is, but if you're curious, Tokyo Dome. Honestly, I'm not too crazy about Tokyo Dome. It has the nickname of the Big Egg, which admittedly I think is kind of goofy, but I'm not that crazy about the stadium. I'm not a big fan of it. I don't like it that much. It bothers me that, at least for the WBC, they're still going to fucking do it when I can literally bring you an entire NPB stadiums. Yeah. Like, there's an entire fucking list of this shit. Let me take you to Koshin. Oh no, let me take you to a dome stadium. Fucking... Here we go. Tokyo Dome is 1998. Holy shit, that is ancient. Then you have the Baluna Dome at 90s, at 79? 79? Damn! Damn! That is old. I think the Astrodome is older than all of these, so I think this does... It comes after, a little bit after the Astrodome, because I think Astrodome is like 74, 75. But anyways, so you have the Badula Dome? Cebu Lions. Okay, yeah. 33 Dot, no. Escon Field, no. I don't like the idea of any of these stadiums. This is below 35,000, and this is in Hokkaido. That's basically Japanese Alaska. I don't know. I don't think it'd be that great to have a venue there. For the WBC. That's just me though. And honestly, it like depends on like if they do like a specific host country type deal for WBC, but I think it's gonna keep it at like there's gonna be like specific venues for specific countries and beyond that, but yeah. Kyocera Dome, 97, Osaka. Museo PayPay Dome, Fukuoka. So I think Osaka Prefecture, Oryx, Buffaloes. Oh shit! Where's Fukuoka? SoftBank Hawks. Buffaloes, Hawks. The Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks. Damn. Why couldn't they do it somewhere a little more southwest of Japan? And then the Vantelin Dome, Nagoya Aichi Prefecture. Oh, Chunichi Dragons. Okay, so Hanshin Tigers, yes, there we go. Hanshin Koshin Stadium. This is actually their largest venue yet. 1924. That shit is old. So this is honestly a stadium let me just Koshin Stadium. There's two really big events and ooh, look at that shit, bro. That goes so fucking hard for WBC. Like, if I had to compare the Cochin Stadium to something here in the States, it would be like the Japanese versions of Wrigley Field and Fenway Park. It has so much history to it. It is old, but it is gold. And that's what I fucking love for it. Sure, it's dated, but I honestly think that's some of the appeal to it. And to be honest, it's probably one of the largest stadiums. But also, I really think it should be where a WBC should be held at. And look at this shit, bro. Like, they even fucking put in a fucking cover. So it's like, come on. The only issue I see happening, and this is largely geographical, since this is where the Tigers play. I think they play in Kyoto. Tigers, Nagoya, or no. Nishinomiya, Hyogo Prefecture. Hyogo. Huh. Okay. But where was I? Right. The only issues I do see is since it's still an outdoor stadium, I could see climate being an issue. But then I would say that's kind of bullshit because the Dodgers or Dodger Stadium was also a venue for the WBC. So I don't know. I don't buy it. I don't completely buy it. What else? Cheap viewers on... What the fuck is this? Some dudes advertising their bots. Get the fuck out of here. Chat settings. Hold the phone. I'm gonna have to delete this stain on stream manager. Oh shit. Let me. There we go. There we go. Whatever. Fucking, I keep closing it. Where was I? Let me turn on some tunes. Honestly, like, I could think of easily the Van Talen Dome in Nagoya, Koshin Stadium in Hyogo Prefecture, home of the Hanshin Tigers, or even fucking where else? Kyocera Dome. Like, there's so many stadiums on here, and it just kind of saddens me that it's still at Tokyo Dome. Like, come on, man. Fucking mix the flavors, bro. My other issue with the WBC is that it's held at, like, where else? What's it called? Lone Depot Park, yeah. Lone Depot Park in Miami. I don't like it. I'm not a fan of it, especially since they have a venue in Puerto Rico. But how I rationalize it, at least, is... How I rationalize it is two reasons. One, it's I think Lone Depot Park, last I checked, it's 37,000 capacity, which is not bad. It's a little below the average of 40,000. And to be fair to Lone Depot Park, they don't even use that full capacity. The only times I ever recall them being at full capacity was for the WBC and events like Serie del Caribe opening day, and maybe on the unlikely chance the Miami Marlins go to the playoffs, which, like, dude. Honestly, I actually bet more money that the Maple Leafs would get a Stanley Cup before the Marlins get good in general. But yeah, it kind of annoys me that, at least in Japan, because obviously they're gonna have a venue in Asia. Like, why not have it somewhere else? Like, if you're gonna do it in the Tokyo Bay area, like, you got plenty of, like, stadiums that are, like, literally right by it. So I think one of them, yeah, you have the Marines, which is Marines. Chibita Lotte Marines. Zozo Marine Stadium, that's 30,000. That's not bad. Bay Stars, let's look at Bay Stars. 34,000. Yokohama Stadium. Swallows. That's what she said. The Yakult Swallows. 31,000. Meiji Jingu Stadium. Lions. Saitama Sabres. Honestly, though, it still annoys me that. Oh, Eagles. What is the Eagles Stadium? Rakuten Eagles. Oh, there we go. Rakuten Seimei Park Miyagi in Miyagi Prefecture, Sendai, Miyagi. It kind of crushes me because there's, like, if you want capacity, there's Koshin, but that's about it. I get the reasons why, especially after looking at the charts, but, like, when it comes to capacity, you have the Vantelen Dome in Nagoya, you have Mizuo Pepe Dome in Fukuoka, Koshin Stadium in Hyogo, and if you're willing to go a little bit under, there's the Kyocera Dome in Osaka. I get why, though. Tokyo Dome is like the de facto go-to stadium. And in a sense, it's kind of like the Yankee Stadium of Japan, since, in a sense, the Yomiuri Giants are the Yankees of NPB. It sucks, or at least that's what I think. But hey, I'm just fucking yapping at this point. I think that's about it. I'm probably not gonna play anymore. I'm just gonna end stream. So, anyways, fuck, chat. I'm gonna need to edit this a little bit. One of these days, I'm gonna need to adjust my chat. But anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed my yap sesh. Hope